What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. It's a beautiful day today. Getting into this episode of Days of Our Lives. Kayla, I feel like today she was more honest with Marlena than she was with Justin. Um, and I think she needs to be more honest with herself. Not just the people around her, but with herself. That's ultimately what's important. Because even Marlena told her, like, it's okay to be pissed off, if you're upset about Steve and Hope living together or whatever right now, because Kayla was like, oh, why couldn't he go stay somewhere else or whatever? Marlena was like, where else was the hell he supposed to stay? She talking about, well, he could have left Salem. She wanted him to leave Salem because that made it easier on her. That's what this is. That's what that's about. You want him to leave because it makes it easy for you to be with Justin. The whole time Steve was gone, it made it easier for her to be with Justin, guilt free, no emotions, like not thinking about Steve too much. She could just give herself to Justin without Steve being around. Because she know with Steve around, it makes it harder. And that means she really gonna have to face the truth and face the facts that she's still in love with Steve. And she didn't want to face that. That's why she was hoping he would have just left town. Now that he's not only staying in Salem, but he's staying with Hope, which is driving her even more crazy because she's got all these thoughts in her head about the two of them. You know what I mean? And it's pissing her off. And Marlena told her, like, it's okay to feel how you feel because at the end of the day, if you still have feelings for Steve, nobody really would be shocked by that. You spent 30 years with this man. You have 2 kids with this man. You know what I'm saying? That's a lifetime of love and, a lot of ups and downs, and nobody's expecting her to just get over it that quickly. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's expecting it. So when not Steve, when Kayla went to go see about Victor, she ran into Justin again in Victor's room. And he basically told her, like, Ciara was telling me that Steve and Hope are living together. I think he was kind of upset a little bit about why didn't Kayla tell him that? Why did he have to hear it from Ciara and, from Ciara? And Kayla, she was trying to brush it to the side or whatever, trying to act like she not mad about it or whatever. He told her, he was like, if you're upset about it, it's okay to be upset. She was like, not really, trying to brush it off or whatever. And Justin was like, because they, Hope and Steve spent months together when they thought that they were Gina and Stefano. And here go Kayla. Oh, so what you're saying, you think that they're having an affair? That response from her pretty much told Justin all he needed to know. That she still has unresolved issues with Steve. And obviously she still got feelings for that man. Because why would your mind even take you there? That they're having an affair. Why, if you were over him, you wouldn't give a damn what Steve and Hope are doing. Even though they're not having an affair, you would not give a damn what that man was doing and who he was doing it with if you were really over him. Clearly, you're not over him. That's pretty much what this is. And Justin can see it. And I'm glad Justin's not stupid or blind to just sit there and overlook these observations. You know what I mean? Like, I'm glad that he's noticing things. He's seeing it for what it is. Because I would hate for him to get hurt. You know what I mean? In the process. So I think it's in Justin's best interest if he just walks away from Kayla. Just at least walk away until she can 100% make a decision on what she wants and who she wants to be with, because it's obvious that her and Steve have a lot to talk about, and it's obvious that there's a lot of feelings there, even still on her part. Like, Steve obviously is still in love with her, but she's trying to, act like she's moved on and she chose Justin. Justin is your consolation prize because Steve basically pushed you away because he wanted her to be with somebody safe. Because Kayla even told Marlena that, though. She was like, she loves, part of the reason she loves Justin is because he's there for her. Whereas a lot of her marriage during the 30 years that her and Steve have been off and on, he's been gone a lot of times during their marriage, out of the country, on ISA assignments, whatever. Like, he's always been gone on cases and stuff. So it's good for her. She feels to have that stability in her relationship now, where she's with a man who puts her first and not his career. Well, I mean, it's easy for Justin to put you first and not his career because he loses a lot of his cases anyway. So it's like it's easier for him. Very easy. But she just needs to admit it to herself that she's still in love with her ex, and that's where you probably want to be still. Um. So, anyway, Steve and Hope, they sitting up talking or whatever. Um. About Kayla, and Hope basically told him, she was like, she hates that this is happening. She hates that Steve and Kayla are not together anymore. Because that's what she would want for them to get back together, but she understands Steve's reasons for, pushing Kayla away. But I think they do need to sit down and talk and iron everything out, honestly. Um, so Hope and Steve decide to tear up that ugly ass portrait. No, I'm not even gonna lie. That portrait is dope though, that Princess Gina wrote. I mean, that she drew with Steve as Stefano. That's a dope portrait though. I ain't even gonna lie. It ain't even ugly. It's dope. Um, so they decided to tear it up, get rid of it, and stuff like that. That portrait, I would have sold that because that's an expensive portrait. I'm just saying, like that portrait is hell of expensive. Like I wouldn't have got rid of it. I wouldn't have tore it. I wouldn't have destroyed it though. That I wouldn't have done. Honestly, I could never see Hope with Steve romantically. I couldn't. Honestly, I think they're just better off as friends. They got that good friend chemistry, not romance. You know what I mean? Like they definitely don't have that romantic chemistry. Um, but I am glad that they're there for each other, because they went through something crazy together, an experience that they both can relate to. So it's good that they got each other's back. They can, lean on each other or whatever. But, Hope basically just wants to see him happy, Kayla happy, Justin happy. She just wants to see all of them happy. But, of course, with the right people. Because clearly that ain't going down right now. So anyway, moving on from that. Um, Chad is still running around accusing Gabi of poisoning Abigail. He went to the mansion or whatever to accuse her again. And Gabi pointed out to him, she was like, I didn't poison nobody. She just basically let him know there's hundreds of people who work at Demira Enterprises who have access to that drug. Any one of them could have did it, which is true. That is true. And my thing is, he shouldn't be outright accused. I mean, I get why he's doing it, but you don't have any real proof. I mean, I get it. Gabi has done that before. She's done a lot of wicked things. I get it. But at the same time, you have zero proof to back up your story, like to back up your accusations. So you might want to pull back and tread lightly on your accusations. I'm just saying. So he went to go see Marlena and Kayla or whatever, but Kayla left because he's better suited with talking to Marlena about Abigail's mental health. And Marlena basically said at this point they don't really know what's going on. Like the drugs are all out of Abigail's system, so they don't understand why she's still facing these hallucinations. So Chad is upset because they don't have any real answers. They don't have proof of who did this. They don't have any answers. And he doesn't know if he's ever going to get his wife back to normal. Like he does not know. And Marlena provides little to no answers to that for right now. So of course he decides to go see Abigail, but then when he gets there, she's not in her room. She's gone. I mean, who knows? Maybe Abigail felt like she needed to get out of town or something. Who knows? So anyway, moving on from that. So Ciara, when she went to go see Justin and stuff like that, she was, going to see Victor or whatever, but she bumped into Justin. He was letting her know that Victor went to go get some tests. I mean, I respect the fact that Ciara and Ben are not looking for handouts from anybody. I mean, she could easily go to her family and get some money or something, go to her mom, whoever to get some money. I thought she was working at Titan, unless she's no longer at Titan anymore. Um, because she basically was telling Justin, like, right now, her and Ben are staying at the Salem Inn, and they barely can afford that place. So luckily, Ben just got a new job, but they really are having a lot of money issues, like a lot of money troubles. Um, but like I said, I respect that she's roughing it. She has a lot of wealthy family members she can lean on, but she's not doing that. And I totally respect it. I totally do. Sometimes you just got to stand on your own 2 feet, learn how to sink or swim. So I'm glad that she's learning how to do that. Um, so anyway, Gabby is running around trying to prove, because she was telling Chad that Stefan was back or whatever, under a different name or whatever. And Chad was looking at her like she crazy. He was like, "Are you on drugs?" He was like, "Stefan's dead." He was like, "Stefan's dead. You gave his heart to Julie, so there's no way in hell Stefan could come back." But she did remind him, she was like, this is Salem. Like, the land of the living dead. How many people have you seen come back? I mean, that is true. So she basically told Chad she was going to have the last laugh or whatever. Jake was sitting there doing his research on Gabi, Googling her. I mean, I wanted to believe that this was Stefan. Like, there's a possibility that this was Stefan. But maybe it's Stefan with amnesia or something. Because my thinking was, if it was really Stefan, why would he be sitting there Googling Gabi, Googling himself, reading about Gabi, reading about Stefano? Why would he waste the time doing that if he was really Stefan? Because Stefan obviously would know all these answers. Like, he would know all this stuff. So there would be no need for him to look it up online. So that's what I'm thinking. Like, maybe he really is Jake, or maybe he's Stefan with amnesia. Maybe. Still possible. But then you would have to explain the whole heart thing. Like, how is Stefan alive without a heart? Like, you know what I mean? So anyway, him and Chad, I mean not Chad, Ben, all these damn names. Ben was pretty much asking him questions because he was talking about, I was looking up my wife or whatever. Ben was like, "I thought your ass wasn't married." He was like, "No, I'm talking about Stefan." He said, "I was reading up on their history or whatever." And Ben was like looking at him like, "Okay." Because he was basically telling Ben that he was doing his research on Gabi, how he ran into Gabi. Gabi slapped the hell out of him. Ben was like, "Yeah, that sounds like Gabi." Uh, so Jake pretty much was saying, Jake, he was like, "Shit, I'm glad I'm not Stefan." He was like, "I look better than him." I'm like, "I don't see how you could look better than somebody that you look exactly alike, but okay." Then he was like, "I look better than him, and I'm glad I don't have to, deal with somebody like Gabi as my wife." Basically he was like, "She a pain in the ass." And of course, Gabi comes strutting up in there, basically asking Ben's opinion, like asking Ben, "Do you think this is really Jake? I mean, do you think Jake is really Stefan?" And Ben was like, "No." After talking to him and being around him, Ben probably is convinced that he's probably not Stefan. So Jake pretty much had enough of Gabi. He was like, "Okay, Gabi, you can get out." He said, "I'm not about to lose my new job because of you. Yeah, you can leave." So she, they all was worried about losing their jobs or whatever because she was up in there acting a fool. So she told Jake pretty much, "Make me leave." So when he grabbed her arm to push her out, she done slipped and fell in some grease. All up on her face and stuff like that, like damn near face first, falling in grease and stuff. She done bruised up her elbow. So he took her up to his garage apartment or whatever, to patch her up. And she basically told him she was gonna prove that he was really Stefan. And he was like, "How you gonna prove it? Swipe my toothbrush for DNA?" She was like, "No, it's a simple way for her to do it." So she started kissing him or whatever, probably trying to jog his memory or get a reaction out of him that Stefan would, in a way that Stefan would probably react to a kiss like that. Something to, gauge a reaction out of him to prove her theory. So while they up there doing that, Ben was downstairs in a garage, and here comes some thugs looking for Jake. They think that Ben is Jake, and whoever they're working for instructed them to do something to Jake if he starts playing dumb, because apparently Jake has something that they want. So Ben was like, I really don't know what y'all talking about. So I guess the guys start beating his ass or whatever, knock him out. And that's when Ciara came to pick him up and she found Ben on the ground. I was like, oh, wow. So Jake obviously has some type of dealings with somebody dangerous. The who, the what, the how, I don't know. Hopefully we find that out soon. Um, but anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. It was a good episode. I enjoyed it. Hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about this episode. I will see y'all all later. Have a great day. Peace.